Welcome everyone, welcome to ClearDesk. My name is Syed, and in this video I'm going to be demonstrating how to generate your IAM Access Credential Report. Now that's a very important report. Before I actually do a demo, right, I'm going to just give you a brief, solid understanding of what this report is, why do we use it, and of course the security considerations. So let's dive right in. So you can generate and download a credential report that lists all users in your account and the status of the various credentials, including passwords, access keys, and MFA devices. So you can use this credential report to assist in your auditing and compliance efforts. Now, and you can also use the report to audit the effects of credential lifecycle requirements, right, such as password and access key updates. Not only that, you can also provide a report to an external auditor or grab permissions to an auditor that he or she can download the report directly. And you can generate a credential report as often as once every 4 hours. Now, once you request a report, IAM first checks whether the report for the account has been generated within the past 4 hours or not. If so, the most recent report is downloaded for you. And if the most recent report for the account is older than 4 hours, or if there are no previous reports for the account, IAM will generate and downloads a new report for you. The AWS Account Credentials Report is a CSV format document, right? And you can open it up in Excel format that provides detailed information about everything that you need to know about the user, who accesses passwords and whatnot. IAM is a service that helps you securely control access to AWS resources. The credential report is part of the AWS well-architected framework, and it is designed to enhance security and compliance by giving you the insight into the state of user credentials. Now, here are some key components typically found in the AWS IAM report. First is user information, right? Second is username, the name of the IAM user, user ARN, Amazon resource names, and unique identifier for the IAM user. Password information is also there. For example, password enabled or not indicates whether a password is associated with the IAM user. Then you have password last used, which displays the timestamp when the user last used their password. Access key information is also part of the report. Access key status indicates whether access keys are active or inactive. Then you have last used date, which shows when access key was last used. And then last rotated date displays the timestamp when the access key was last rotated. MFA, multi-factor authentication, is important, right? Now the MFA, which is multi-factor authentication, if it's enabled, whether if MFA is enabled for the IAM user or not, and that's part of the report. And then there's report generation information, the timestamp indicating when the report was generated. Now let's take a look at why do you actually need this report. Very important. To generate an Access Credential Report, you can navigate to the IAM console in the AWS Management Console, and I'm going to be demonstrating that shortly. Not only that, I'll demonstrate how to use AWS CLI. So once you generate and access this report, and you regularly reviewing this report is a good practice to maintain a secure and well-managed AWS environment. Now, generating and reviewing the AWS Account Credential Report serves several important for security, compliance, and then overall management of your AWS environment. Now, here are some key reasons why it's essential to generate this report. First is security assessment. The report provides a comprehensive overview of IAM users and their associated security credentials. It also allows you to identify and assess potential security risks, such as used or inactive credentials, which could be exploited, by the way, by malicious actors. Now, inactive users and used credentials, right? It helps identifying IAM users who have not been active recently. So this allows you to pinpoint and use credentials, access keys or passwords, and then take appropriate actions such as deactivating or removing them to reduce the attack surface. Now, password and access key rotation is also important, right? Well, like the last time the user used the password or when access keys was last rotated. This encourages regular rotation of passwords and access keys, a key security practice to mitigate the impact of potential compromises. Security best practices are also one of the reasons, right? So aligned with the AWS best practice for security and compliance, this really supports the implementation of the principle of least privilege by identifying and addressing unnecessary or overly permissive access. Now, compliance requirements is another reason. Many compliance standards like HIPAA or regulatory frameworks, for example, PCI DSS, HIPAA, they require regular audits, right, of user credentials. Now, generating and reviewing credential report helps organizations demonstrate compliance with these standards. So, incident response, another reason. So, in case of a security breach or incident, right, having an up-to-date credential report facilitates a quicker and more effective incident response. So, enable security teams to identify and isolate compromised accounts promptly. So, overall account management, it helps you and provides valuable insight into the health and activity of IAM users, basically helping organizations maintain a well-managed AWS environment. It also supports ongoing efforts to optimize security configurations and enhances operations excellence. And of course, not to mention cost optimization, right? Because identifying and removing IAM users and credentials can, of course, reduce costs and reducing unnecessary resource usage. And monitoring and accountability is another reason, by the way, right? Contributes to a culture of accountability by regularly reviewing and monitoring user credentials within the AWS platform, which enhances overall visibility into the access and activity of IAM users within the AWS account. So by regularly generating and reviewing the report, it's really useful. The organizations can proactively manage and improve the security posture of the AWS environments, which basically ensuring that access controls are appropriately configured and potential mitigating risks. So there you go. Now you understand what the credential report is, what makes part of the report in detail, and of course the important reasons why you should have this report. So let's dive right in. I'm going to give you a demo on how to generate this report from the AWS Management Console, and I'll also demonstrate using the AWS command line interface. So let's dive right in. All right, so the first thing you need to do, of course, is to log into your AWS Management Console, and once you see the dashboard itself, you can navigate directly to the IAM service here, or you can go to services up here and then click on IAM, or you can search the way you want, right? So let's navigate to IAM to generate the Access Credential Report. You'll notice that once you are on the IAM dashboard, immediately you'll notice, if at all, security recommendations. And I have it set up so that you're able to learn more. So first, it gives you the option of add multi-factor authentication for the root user, which is, again, you can add the MFA, or it also gives you the option to deactivate or delete access keys for the root user, which is, again, important security considerations right off the bat. Now, before we even generate the report, this is what you see on the dashboard. And you'll also notice the IAM resources. For example, it displays the number of groups, number of users, roles, and policies. So now, from the left navigation pane, you need to go ahead and click on Credential Report. Once you do that, it gives you the option to download the credential report. Simply click on it, and this is going to go ahead and open up this report. It's going to download the report. Once you open this, you will notice it is an Excel-based file. So it's a CSV-based file, and you can take a look at this. And again, I've explained already of what each of these fields represent and mean, right? It gives you all the details. And I'm going to display this. If you need to know exactly what all entails in this report, go check out our blog at blog.claydesk.com, and you'll be able to see exactly what all is part of this particular report, right? All right, so once you have the report, you can take a look at everything they need to know within the CSV format. Let's navigate back to the Management Console. Here, you can in fact take a look at the MFA. You can enable MFA, for example. You can add by clicking on the MFA device, and there are a few options. You can use the Authenticator app, security key, or a hardware TOTP token. Now, again, I'm not going to demonstrate this, just wanted to show you how to generate the access report itself. All right, let's go back to the IAM. Now, if you need to generate the access report using CLI, just click on the Cloud Shell and it's going to open up. All right, I'm going to demonstrate now how to create or generate the access queue report using AWS CLI. So let's check it out. So go ahead and open up the Cloud Shell from within the AWS Management Console, and what this is going to do is simply spin up the environment of Cloud Shell, and here you can give it a command using the CLI to generate the access credential report. And once you type this, simply hit the enter key, and this is going to tell you that the status is complete. And the reason why it shows you is because of the fact that I've already done so within the last 4 hours. Now, if you need to see or review the existing report, then go ahead and simply type, and this is going to give you the already within the CSV format. Now notice, of course, this is all within the CSV format, but at least you have an understanding as to how to generate the access credential report from within CLI. So I hope this helps. Let me know what you think. Comment down below if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer. With this, I hope this helps. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.